Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำเปียโนแบล็คไปพลัสความสนุกกันGarage Engine Live Activated
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่งสามารถเป็นไปได้ ชีวิตเลยเต็มไปด้วยเส้นทางให้เลือกออกไปใช้ชีวิต Live a life
My Creative S Plus New World Plus More กระจังหน้า Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำเปียโนแบล็คไปพลัสความสนุกกันGarage Engine Live Activated
She never leaves my city. She keeps me Very nice. Roland showing his skill. Showing his ability to get behind the team and then also capitalize on it. I mean, a bit of a shout out to the ladder. You know, helped him there. Arguably, that was a good positioning by Roland. Managed to put himself in a situation where there's only a tiny gap and kind of dictate the pace of that gunfight. But I liked it. Nonetheless, looks like the Team Heroic going to try and take Courtyard a bit more. No, it's just going to be Firebreak by himself. They're back to pistols as well, which is not great. Going down to the ramp area. A lot of damage being put out. Exilian already down. Modi already down. They managed to get one with a Tech 9. A nice flick back onto Mini, but it's not going to find much more than just a little bit of damage at that point.
Yeah, they will drop down into B bomb site, and I think they've gotten at least the objective of this round. That is to get the bomb plants there. But imagine what they could have done if they did not sort of feed into that B side ramp there.
Well, it's hard with pistols. You know, you either feed into a side or you kind of just like run through it. But either way, it's a blind shot. Very nice by S-Tag, finding himself a rifle and a kill as a reward. Now it's a 2v2. They might actually be able to do. This. Oh, there's the AWP kill from Mertz. It's a 1v2. The smoke is popped, but I think it might be too little, too late. S-Tag is there behind the smoke. Does get spotted out, I think. Taz is rushing him. Not quite gonna matter. This bomb doesn't even go up to take those players out. So Heroic managed to find something from nothing there. I mean, there was a bit of a mistake for them feeding through, which is what you're talking about, but they managed to find the weapons and find a couple of kills out of almost nothing.
Well, yeah, and I think Mertz stumbling across the AWP there was pretty fortunate for them into the last bit of that round there, and that basically stopped any real chance that that Team Kinguin had to basically rotate in and try and take that side back, putting Taz in a very, very awkward position. He might have been able to trade out and make it a 1 versus 1 situation, but Mertz on the AWP, I think he had the bomb plant was completely open. He would not have really been able to do too much in that situation. In the meantime, though, we are seeing a pause come through. This one's actually from Cillian, so Heroic perhaps wanting to decide what they do going into this next round. They have an advantage. They have a bit of money built up, so in theory they should be able to buy into this next round, or at least force up on a couple of plays if need be. Just really need to stop this from getting away from them. On the other side of things, Kinguin, in fact... Okay, so this was something that you were talking about with Mouse before, how he wouldn't buy a helmet. Now, despite having the money, and he's got close to $4,000, the $39.50. This is an example of a situation where that would work out, because if you know you're up against a bunch of AKs, the helmet isn't going to do squat. So yeah. This is the right time to go, well, maybe I don't need that helmet, maybe I'll just keep my money a bit high so I can use that for something much better. Perhaps I get a better gun as a result of it. But anyway, we're actually seeing a very fast approach from Heroic here, pushing through Squeaky into the vents.
Yeah, if he gets, by the way, just first, if he gets taken by S-Tag in a one-shot headshot, that'll be very, very unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't happen, though, because that is not a good thing to be happening. But yeah, there's a very, very quick courtyard play. It looks like there were all 5 terrorist players. Oh, one's already gone down to the to minis in this little area. They do manage to find the AWP, but unfortunately they greed for a little bit too much, and the fire through the smoke does manage to take down one of those players. Now it's just 3 terrorists left alive, but they did more with less last round, so let's see what they actually make of this. They take down Maus. I don't actually think that yep, you're right, that head armor isn't going to save you from a point-blank headshot from an AK. Modi does watch that ladder for quite a while and finally finds someone out from it. And that's going to be a bomb planted. Easy tag, managed to find one more. It's just Taz by himself now. There's some very low health bars. He takes out one with a wallbang headshot just for some style points. Modi waiting in the vents. Just the moment, Taz has to be very, very careful right now. Modi does have a decent amount of health. And I don't think Taz has any idea where he's going to be coming from. Well, he has the decent idea. He managed to get some shots on him even though he's blinded. However, Taz is quite low as well. Tries to get the shoulder peek. Managed to find a kill on, finally find that shutdown kill onto Taz, and that's the second round for Heroic.
Yep, and take a look at the money on Kinguin here. So this was they're going all in for a lot of their players. They're basically getting the AWP, they're getting the M4, a couple M4s really, and a couple of pistols to force up around it. If used correctly, if used in tight angles there, those pistols will be able to do amazing things. But Heroic, they're not going to go for that. They're going to go outside. That will, with the exception of the Desert Eagle, nullify a lot of benefits that were that could have been seen on Spy and oof.
Yeah, even when you think you've got him flashed, and he's still able to put out another kill. They've dropped the bomb back to the other player, but they feel pretty comfortable with this courtyard control. Rylan, I believe, has come up and is potentially holding that angle. Nice flick by Mini, managing to find that player. Now they're all kind of inside this area. They're ready to kind of block off the play from courtyard into B. It looks like that's kind of what they're going for defending. That is that one pesky player Modi who's still hanging around, still kind of in that like lobby area. So potentially, if Kinguin's overstepped their mark, they might get punished for that. But actually, it's Freiburg. He gets punished. In fact, Rylan takes out S-Tag with the Deagle.
He takes out Freiburg as well following that. That's disastrous. That is amazing if you're on Team Kinguin there. The numbers were stacked against you to be able to win that one. And they come out of it with 3 AKs. And they've maintained or held on to the AWP as well. The money on Heroic's side, even though they're able to win a couple of rounds in a row there, that's still a reset because they weren't able to get those 2 rounds convincingly. They only had 2 players left alive in each case there, so Kinguin slipping a little bit, but getting a good grip, getting a good hold of the situation.
Yeah, that looks like now Heroic a bit more tentative than last time. They're playing through this lobby area, kind of trying to find as much information as they can at the moment. See if there's an opening. Wow, some of them are even still back in T-spawn. You're going to be using that just as a chance to throw out some utility. Smoke clears. Modi pushing around here. Looking like he's just going to peek out, see what's happening on the A site. Rolling up on the little box office area here. Keeping an eye across quite a few of the areas. Some shots going down. Modi has taken 2 damage, but I believe that was from a grenade. So they're pushing onto ramp.
Yep,
and a lot of eyes onto that one player who's defending.
He actually takes a lot of damage from that Molotov.
Wow, actually, good job by Mouse being able to take out 2 of those players on the entry. So there's only 3 players. There's only 2 players on site and 1 player still coming around from the wide flank, which means the 4 retake. And actually, they don't even manage to get the plant as Reitz shuts that down. Taz comes through and trades out for Mini's life. So now they know where the bomb is, they know what the objective is, and they know exactly where that last player is going to have to do, where they're going to have to come from, and they shut him down. Another relatively dominant round by Kinguin.
Yep, and this is... Let me put it this way. At the end of Overpass against Pro 100, I didn't think Kinguin would be able to bring this back. But I mean, that said, though, Heroic need maybe about 5 rounds for it to be a successful T-half. And I think it's going to be, well...
Yep.
Oof. That vent was basically converted into a garbage chute as all of Heroic run down it. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Sorry,
body
Heroic.
disposal unit.
Yeah, when you're running in with just ecos, just Glocks, that's it. Yeah, the image to not escape me, but they have bought up this time, and yeah, Heroic really need just to get maybe about 4 or 5 rounds, and I think they could consider this an alright T side.
Murdy does manage to find the opening kill of the round, so that's going to be slightly better in their favor. S-Tag managed to find another one, however, they're both traded back. Oh, that's been an awkward situation, being found reloaded in that little ticket box office area. I know it's not that, but it's just a funny name. This is much better than Hut. Come on. Anyway, back to the actual game at hand. Down to a 2v3. Heroic do have the advantage, and you talked last series about the fact that the terrorists have a kind of a pseudo numbers advantage as well because they get to pick where the gunfight happens, whereas the CTs kind of have to watch everywhere on the map at once, meaning that they end up being spread a bit thinner. It looks like they've actually managed to get past the entire line of defense. Both players sort of hovering around that A site, but meanwhile the T is going to go onto the B. They don't know that the CTs are watching A, so they're going to take a little while to make sure this site is cleared. I think they've figured it out now, and I think the CTs have figured out they've got to rotate. So they come through. Mouse jumps straight into Modi. Penguins in a vent. Not optimal situation. Freiburg going to play back and wait for Mini to come through and expose himself. Good patience there. Managed to find a round. There's Heroic with a third round for themselves. You said 5 rounds is what it takes to have a successful T-side. Well, yeah, I mean, they're at least going to look like they're going to get 3 and maybe might get some more if they can keep that kind of style up.
Interestingly, for 2 of the victories they've had so far, they have gone to the tactical pause. In fact, yeah, the 8th round that they managed to get was their first point in the board, and they went straight into the tactical pause. And they're doing the same thing now that Kinguin has bounced back a little bit and they've gotten a few rounds. So yeah, just a quick pause called by Cillian, and unpause has come in there. So Heroic, they like to... It's strange because I'm not sure if this works against them because, again, this is a momentum game. You need to sort of roll with it, and if you pause here, you might actually take a little bit of the wind out of your own sails there.
Well,
so to
but on
speak.
the other hand, you can get Kinguin used to this sort of slow play style, bring a very, very fast hit somewhere, and that could also work for you. But you know, it depends. Looks like they're playing that kind of slow style. Mini with a very nice pick on the Modi, managed to find the peak and get the first kill of the round, which has been so important in this series. You know, Heroic, when they find that first pick, they're able to make something of the round. Even sometimes when they don't, even one or two of the rounds when they haven't, they've managed to find something of this. But it feels like such a huge uphill battle when you're only facing a team who's been as dominant so far as Kinguin, not finding that first kill. They have 2 players situated up here into ramp, and it looks like Heroic's going to walk straight into them. No, not quite. They managed to find one of the players. Now the other one's just sitting around these boxes. Has dropped down, I believe.
Oh, Minis, though, look at him go. He is going to push just into Squeaky a little bit, and he is going to be rewarded with the Freiburg.
Very nice patience there. Exilian dropping down. Sees Mini there. Was ready to plant the bomb, but spots out Mini. Now it's a 3v3. The health bar's not looking too great on the side of Heroic, but they're good enough to work with at the moment. The smoke comes in, going to smoke off Rylan. Rylan knows that he's not going to be in a great spot to try and push out of that one. Nice long-range gunfight going as one of the players tries to push up through the courtyard, but now back on site. Very high positions taken by most of Heroic. One of the players being taken down. Now it's Exilion trying to find something here. There's Tag. Managed to use the distraction to find another one. Now there's only 1-on-1 left. The classic experience in Nuke. Exilion was still flashed out. They managed to find the kill there. Taz taking that one down for his team. Has the kit. Managed to get a safe defuse. And now Kinguin 11-3. And maybe the point you were making about taking the wind out of Heroic sails kind of came true in that one. I have to say, it's a bit of an odd time to have a tactical pause. You got to think after you've just won a round.
Yeah, some teams, I think, like to do it just to. It really depends on how the win came about. If it was just a very frantic push on a side there, it almost seemed a bit random and not planned, like it just came out of the chaos of the situation, then sure. But in a lot of cases, though, if you put a plan together and the execute works and you're able to sort of capture a good feeling there and carry it forward into other rounds, don't slow down. But speaking of not slowing down, they've decided to rush through Secret, and B is the target here.
Yeah, there is one player who's sitting here with an M4. Does manage to find a couple of kills there. Well, a kill for himself and a kill across the team. It's an AK and a Deagle, and that's it. And this is a fourth round, considering this is the last round. This is absolutely every little bit of money spent from Team Heroic here, and they still don't have guns. Nice one shot from Mertz. Gonna mean they're gonna be able to plant the bomb, but once again, this doesn't mean as much if they don't win the round, because this is the last round of the half. There are 2 AKs now. Unfortunately, one of them's going to be taken down. It's going to be a very, very hard gunfight to win. There's one headshot. There's another headshot, but he doesn't manage to find the last one, and that's going to be the safe defuse. pretty comfortable for Reitz. I was so hyped for that one, but it didn't quite come through.
I could see it playing out through your mind, because it played through my mind as well. Is that he just gets that last flick, and it is the best play of the entire series here, the best of two between these two teams. But no, that will not come to fruition. Now, at this stage, 12-3, it is a weak T side on Nuke. It's a CT side of map, of course. So Team Kinguin, if they get this pistol round, I think this is going to be their best chance to just sort of close it out early. That's really what they want here. Again, like Heroic was trying to do before, and that's why they forced up in that first half, is that they wanted to get T rounds on the board as soon as possible. Kinguin is going to be in the same position, and Reitz getting those first few kills, S-tag, getting something in return. Minis,
that's actually really good.
Yeah, this is...
Grenade goes up there, managed to push one of them back. Last player is on like 20 health. Yep, that was clean. That was so clean. My gods.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Kinguin haven't looked too strong on the pistol rounds, but there you go. That was very dominant against a team like Heroic, who are not exactly a pushover. By not exactly a pushover, I mean, you said top of the league earlier. Or top of the group.
Well, yeah, Heroic, top of Group B. They've enjoyed a pretty good run so far. So for Kinguin to challenge them and really just, I think they might have this one. I don't think Heroic's going to be able to take it back, especially seeing how this force has not worked out for them. Reitz will actually just catch Mertz there, just on the edge of the smoke. So yeah, 3 versus 5 situation. They're going to push Secret Asilian there, actually on Silo. Not a position we normally see for a CT.
With a pistol, either.
Yeah, you're a far ways from home there, buddy.
That grenade can do a lot of damage. There it is. Finds a kill, in fact. Bomb's been planted, and doesn't matter because Moody gets the last kill now.
Oh, that's 3 kills on that MAC-10. That's some money. Yep.
I feel like I've seen this before. Very similar. Kinguin were in that game, actually, and it was last game, and Kinguin did a very, very solid effort, but just didn't manage to bring it back. This is going to have to be a stupid number of wins strung together from Heroic to be able to take this back.
Oh, that grenade, though, is going to be the start of that, potentially.
Potentially, but Reitz managed to find the first kill of the round. Once again, Heroic can struggle a bit with that. They are still on pistols. They've got good pistols, but they're pistols nonetheless. It looks like they're just forcing up every single round to try and see what they can do from this one.
Interestingly, going for a lot of helmets there. Again, they've got to know what their opponents are working with here. So I think that might have been
one UMP. There is
true.
UMP, so
maybe. They could think that they're just going to run with the MAC-10 a bit more. So
yep,
it's reasonable call in that regard. Minis.
That was a very good shot.
Your friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
He trusted you.
Minis hasn't got a kill in a little while. At least he feels he hasn't. I think he has, but I mean, by Minis standard. Okay, there we are. Blind. There's their headshot with the AK. That's about exactly how this fight was supposed to go. Not much more we can say. You can't exactly say, oh my god, the 2K or the spray down, because they've got pistols. But hey, they managed to find a couple of kills. I think Heroic, considering they keep forcing up, don't really have much to work with here. This is, it was 9 match points last game. This time it's quite a bit more than that.
Yes.
Quite a bit more than that, indeed.
12 rounds in a row for Heroic just to get to overtime, and at this point, considering they're top of the board there, they might be able to get a better result. I don't know what they want to go for here, and Heroic have just decided to go for a heroic play and rush through.
I'm into it. Mouse is going to shut that down, though. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry. They play aggressive. They get rewarded. It is not the best guns to be working with, but hey, a scout works if you're lining up those headshots. Mertz doesn't need an AWP. Just give me the cheaper version. I can make that work. Does have to do that a heck of a lot more now, though. Can't just be like, yeah, got a couple of kills. Has to do a lot more work. There's the UMP. Not the UMP. Oh god. Not
The
UMP.
org. I
There's
was
the
going
org.
to point it out if you
AUG.
didn't. Yeah, I know you're
Thank you.
happy
You got
to
my
see
back.
it. Yep. You are correct in that they have to somehow pull off that kind of nonsense so many times in a row. And Mertz is going to start it off with a lovely headshot onto Vinny's there.
Yeah, now Modi going to try and find something similar. Excellent. What is he thinking? He's going to look for the entrance out of here. This is a...
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it will be. So, yeah, but Kinguin have been pretty strong fighting this back. And yes, the connection problem come in. I dare say that has given away the game, and Kinguin must have gotten this either 16-4 or 16-5. So, yes. On
That's
that
exactly
note, yep, yeah. So, well, out of that, I dare say that given the amount of rounds that Heroic had to fight back on there, if it wasn't going to end there, it might have ended at just the moment that Heroic slipped up, and there were just going to be too many chances for that to happen. So, yeah, Kinguin, they have come back swinging after the two maps they played against Pro 100 there. So, I think this next map is going to be a bit of a ripper, as Heroic themselves not ones to necessarily take this lying down. So, I think that will be a good match indeed. Just have to have a look here. And whilst we're waiting for this to load up, we'll hopefully know what the second match is soon. But anyway, we'll go to a quick break, but please stay tuned as we'll be hopping into the next map very soon, I hope.
My team F New World Plus More กระจังหน้า Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำ Piano Black ไปพลัสทำสนุกกันเย้ Garage Station Live Activated
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่งสามารถเป็นไปได้ ชีวิตเลยเต็มไปด้วยเส้นทางให้เลือกออกไปใช้ชีวิต Live a life
My team F New World Plus More กระจังหน้า Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำ Piano Black ไปพลัสทำสนุกกันเย้ Garage Station Live Activated does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. attention to all the crazy things that I shouldn't mention. Not really sure, but it feels like my feet are glued to the floor. Don't wanna open up my mouth, cause I'm afraid of what's gonna come out. Life is but a dream. This can't be happening. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality. Twisted. I'm hearing voices, I'm seeing visions. I'm not sure who's the one making the decisions. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Fada, fada. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired just in time.
My team, New world, plus more. We wanna play. กระจังหน้า Glossy Black. We wanna be stars. ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ต In the new world. Wow, it's a new world. Let's see. ภายในตกแต่งสีดำ Piano Black. ไปพลัสทำสนุกกัน Garage Station Live Activated.
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่งสามารถเป็นไปได้ ชีวิตเลยเต็มไปด้วยเส้นทางให้เลือก
To the second map of this best of two series between Heroic and Kinguin, we have dived into Train, and it is pistol round. Roland will kick things off with a kill onto Freiburg. S-Tag will get a trade. Roland, though, wants to do more for his team and will fight back. Looks like the bomb will go down. That is it. Taz will be the one to do that. And for the most part, Heroic is locked out of this bomb site. Modi might be able to get something here, but he is dead. And that is it. S-Tag in a 1 versus 4 situation. He will fall back. He might be able to save the armor here. That'll be the only prize retrieved from that. But with this round being a sure thing, Gormani joined by myself, Jevons, and my co-caster, Fetch. Fetch, how you doing?
Pretty well. That was very tense. Better than S-Tag at the moment, actually. Better than S-Tag. Let's put it that way. That was a very, very quick round. A lot of USPs being picked up as well. For the T side, I don't think they're going to be taking that one along. But Kinguin, Team Kinguin, being able to take another pistol round for themselves. They had a bit of trouble at that with those in their first series, the first best of 2. But they're starting to redeem themselves. They had such a dominant victory over Heroic. I believe that was something like 16-4, 16-5.
16-4, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was exactly what they needed. And the trend might be here.
Achilleon being the living up to the team name, being the hero in the CZ75, finding quite a few kills. Now it's down to 3 gunners from Kinguin left. Reeds managed to find one to even that up a bit. Taz as well helping out. We still do have Freiburg on the scout this time. Mertz did a lot of work with that in the last map. So the T is going to be able to going to push onto A once again. Well, push onto A, comfortably find themselves on A. The bomb hasn't entered yet. Back train area. So Freiburg might be found from behind, taken down by that Uzi, the mythical Uzi.
Well, Modi just barely surviving that run-in with he's there. 14 health, bombs planted. I don't really know if this is the kind of situation he wants to survive, but considering the path he is taking here, I suspect that might be his intention.
Can still drop down ladders, which is currently being. Actually, no, sorry, that's Hell being looked after. Got baited in there a bit. sort of jumping from one thing to the other. Looks like, yeah, you're right. Modi's just going to sit back. Has full armor, has a flashbang, has a CZ75. That's more than nothing, you know, especially if he can get himself back to full health. That round was almost blown wide open by that CZ in the previous round. Not going to be able to find him there, so that is another round going over to Team Kinguin.
Yeah. This is something that we're going to see from Heroic. It's only the third round. We've got a pause coming out from them. Given the fact that they've not really been able to do too much damage here against Team Kinguin, I mean, yeah, they might be wanting to figure out exactly how they can actually weather the from this other team. So this actually might be a technical pause. Now that we are seeing a bit of chat between the two teams here, so considering that this could be over soon, it could be over in a little while, but the question still stands though. Heroic, they aren't really going to be in a good position to buy this round. However, the next one, they might be able to do something here. They need to be able to stop Kinguin. All this confidence that they've built back up based on that first map, they want to tear that down. They want to perhaps tilt Kinguin just a little bit.
Just a little bit of tilt can go a long way, you know. Got Kinguin like 4 or 5 rounds straight in that very dominant defeat on Overpass. So, you know, it's a very powerful tool, especially in the esports scene. It looks like there's still a lot of Heroic just feel like it seems like they can't go by without spending at least a little bit of money. Me looking to push up Ivory.
I think unless the money has gotten that drastically terrible, a little bit of investment, even on an eco round, is always a good idea, even if it is just a flashbang, because, to be honest, USP might not seem like too much, but if you're blind and can't fight back, then a USP is going to be more than enough.
That's it. Also, Mini managed to find 1,200 gold for himself in this round alone with that double kill. Once again, very strong control of this A bomb site shown by Team Kinguin. They haven't really had a after that pistol round, they haven't really had an even fight, so to speak. So, you know, obviously take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, Modi gets it out here, but and here it is. This is the problem with these CZ. He somehow escapes that though.
It was CZ versus the clock.
Though.
Yeah, he has 2 health left. AK's gonna be more than enough for 2 health. Alright, 3-0. This is the point where the CTs have enough money to be able to buy their rifles. So now Heroic gonna be able to put up an even fight on this one. It's just a matter of where do they defend? How do they split their defenders? Train's a bit of an odd one in that regards, you know? It's a relatively quick rotate between sites. But then again, if you don't commit right... Wow, that was half Mertz's health taken out by that grenade. There's Estag looking at the bottom of ladder room. Has already been mollied out. Looks like... So this T side, you know... Ooh, finds some shots down ramp to take half of Modi's health out. Already half health to 2 players, and there hasn't really been a serious engagement just yet. That's very good by Kinguin. That's exactly what we want. They flash onto Ivy. They didn't know there's 1 player there. Smoke's going to come out, though, being safe. They don't know if Rylan has an AWP or something like that pointed down Ivy. Now they're going to back out. Looks like the T is also looking for maybe a retreat back into that kind of A main area. Trying to play that. Mouse, though, hasn't pushed back himself. Just going to keep the utility going on to B, trying to keep the threat there. Keep pretending that there's a larger force there than there actually is. Comes Taz, spots out Freiberger. However, Heroic Action takes down Treats. And Taz gets taken down as well. Mouse managed to find one and actually wrest control of that area. However, it's not going too well for Kinguin in this one. They have a couple of players left alive. However, Modi is behind them up in B halls. Achillion holding down the scope and just walking up, hoping to find Miss. Yep, there it is. Finds Mini. The drop down ladder room very rarely works, but when you're in a situation that confident, it's a pretty reliable play. That commanding, I suppose I should say.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many different angles that he has to watch out for there that, yeah, dropping down to Pop Dog there was the right call. I don't know if he'd been just spotted as he was looking away, so that might have informed the decision there. Otherwise, could potentially have been a bit of a bad one. But Heroic, they managed to stop Kinguin much sooner than they were able to on Nuke. So this is a very promising sign for them. As long as they can follow it up with another victory here, they need to be able to break the T economy. Modi provide a very good start to that.
Not quite managed to find that tiny angle. However, the terrorists are actually they're a bit scattered. The bomb is down on B. That means the CTs feel pretty comfortable rotating onto there. Ramp is smoked off, so that's going to play into things a bit. Gives the T's a little bit of entry onto this B site, but it's not the most comfortable situation to be in. We see there that the top left hand corner of your screen. See that Ryland's managed to find some sort of opening. However, Mini gets shot down by Achilleon. So now it's just what can Ryland do? He's managed to find the bomb. He's going to plant it now, it looks like. I don't think any of the CTs know that he's there. They figured it out now. They know where it is. But can Ryland manage to find this? There is a lot of chaos which one can start in the middle of this area. Managed to put the tiny little bit of the head of the player up there on Catwalk.
I love that.
Pull
This
back
is a
silently.
slight adjustment and then dink. But
Finds one. He's not sure where the other one is, and that's going to be the deceptive play. Often you expect players to come at you from two different angles. So it's a bit weird when they both come at you from the same one. It's just kind of not what you're expecting, and it makes life very hard for you.
yeah, that said though, whilst Heroic did manage to get their second round of the board in a row there, it came at a bit of a terrible cost. So they are still in a bit of a reset territory of sorts. Kinguin, on the other hand, their money is only going to get better as these rounds go on, and if they can keep on doing the damage,
That's it.
that is going to be the way out of this, the way back onto the board.
Mini does only have a P250 to work with. No one's really watching the bottom of this ladder, so S-Tag's managed to find a pretty safe positioning there for himself. Once again, most of the players up near B halls. One player still sticking around that alleyway area. That is Rylan with the AK. Killian kind of locking down the little A main area. At the moment, bit of an aim battle peak there. Won by the Galil, in fact. So a couple of headshots. Doesn't matter what weapon you're carrying, as long as it's an automatic rifle, that's going to do the job. Now Taz keeping an eye behind him, a bit paranoid that they might be looking for that flank, but right now, numbers advantage in favor of Kinguin. Doesn't even matter, they've got that P250 sitting on their team. Because the enemy is only 4 players. Mertz does have that AWP, and he was able to make a scout work for him, so well-placed AWP on this map can be very devastating. He is sitting on B, unfortunately. It looks like it's going to be an A hit. Freiburg taking position on top of this train. Gets spotted out by Taz, but not much he's going to be able to do about it. Does manage to get that last player climbing up the ladder. However, Taz doesn't take his eye off the spot, so that's a 2-for-1 entry onto the site. Now, one player in connector, one player sitting at the back of that train for the CTs. Achilleon managed to find one, but gets immediately traded out. Now the bomb's going to be planted right away, and there's going to be a tap, tap, tap as Taz managed to take down Mert.
And this is it. This is a reset town that we're talking about at the beginning of the previous round. Heroic being the newest residents to move there. They're going to force up, and they know that it's going to be a couple of rounds before they're going to be able to get a proper buy anyways, so it would be the correct call to make. And again, with those Deagles, in fact, yeah, Taz already seeing what they can do there.
Yeah,
Those
but
Maus.
Mini and Maus managed to find a very nice entrance onto the point.
When they do, we might even see, yep, there is Esatag firing down from heaven. He's only got an up though. And
Wow.
Reitz.
Such a
Perhaps
gutsy play there.
miscalculation.
Yeah, I think he felt pretty safe making that play. Unless it was a mistake. Oh no.
Modi.
Neither player has any idea where the other is. Mouse is the one who managed to make the best use of it. Unfortunately, Modi, as you said, looking the wrong way. It's hard when there's an enemy could be absolutely anywhere on that site. In fact, there are a few positions where they were, so it doesn't feel too good.
And we'll see, with the exception of S-Tag there, a complete save from Heroic. And this is pretty much where you've got to, you do have to gamble as to whether you want to go for one side or the other there. If you spread out too much, you run the risk of just being slowly picked apart, or maybe not even slowly picked apart because you don't really have much to work with. You got to work with whatever advantages you have. And in this case, it's just pure numbers. That's it.
Yeah, Ryland's already taken the site. As you say, pure numbers are good. It's kind of a death ball strategy. Normally we talk about that in Overwatch, but hey, if it works in one FPS, why does it work in another? That's a bit of damage being traded
this
out.
grenade.
Oh, that grenade's going to be big. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big grenade. That's nuts molly. Looks like they're going to have to force to charge him. Already almost taken out. There's the first one with that Uzi. This is just setting up for a big, big kill. There's the flash. The snipers come out. There's the big guns now. Mini managed to find a relatively good headshot, but you are up against pistols, so... Yeah, this is a massacre. That's all there is to say about it. It's just who can get the kills. Wow, Mini finishes it with the Glock and everything. Plus, the T's also managed to get the bomb plant on A, which is pretty pretty expected, but it's just worth mentioning. They got that little bit extra money in the bank.
Yeah, and that
Finally,
pretty much just means that even if they somehow manage to get, say, 1 or even 2 kills there, that it's definitely not over. No kit. So much time wasted. Yeah, Team Kinguin, I don't think we're ever really in a position to lose that one, but
they all push
after
down ramp. That smoke isn't quite covering the bottom, so they can see when the player's feet walk through. I don't think that's necessarily the point, but they're going to back away anyway.
And this is pretty much what Heroic needs to be able to bring this back. They don't have a lot of armor to work with. They don't have a diffuse kit or anything like that. So these early advantages are going to be absolute gold for them.
Mini wants this. Mini wants this so badly, but he doesn't want to do it with the bomb. He's going to walk away. I feel like that's your team captain being like, don't do it. Don't even think about it. Are they pushing back? Are we going to see the first alley push finally? Are they just going to they're just going to go back to A main.
I think they're going to be going for a split A approach here. Taz is still sitting just above Pop Dog, and he's going to be making a fair bit of noise up above as well. I think he really just wants to either bait out perhaps even just a bit of information, perhaps a bit of pre-fire from Pop Dog, just to say that, yep, there is definitely somebody there. And they're actually setting up 2 people out of it, not Molotov. Oh, that would have been fantastic if somebody was waiting. Press tag.
Tez. Yeah, Tez just forced to his doom.
Yeah, Taz will go yeah, pretty much go down like old Yellow and Pop Dog there. So, anyway. Ooh. Yep, it is not a great way for them to finish up that round there. But as far as Heroic is concerned, they've got to be feeling good that they managed to survive that, because Kinguin had the right ingredients to actually get a few easy kills there, with the Molotov going into Pop Dog there and S-Tag being forced out of it. If eyes were on Pop Dog from a main there, they could have gotten the kill almost immediately.
That's it. Ooh, that shot just going wide. I guess he's just firing at traces, so there's not too much reliability for that shot. You can't feel too bad missing that one. And it was relatively close as well. But yeah, I think it's worth reminding viewers at this point that, yeah, Heroic were the favorites for this one. Like, we'd think now Freiburg taking pretty heavy damage from that, trying to defend that Ivy position. This is the first solid team Ivy push we've seen coming out of this this round. Has been a relatively slow game so far. Not a slow game altogether. These pushes aren't coming out too fast. I think that's probably what Train kind of asks for. If you're a T side, you don't want to be playing too aggressively. Nice one through the smoke. Maybe gonna find another one. Freiburg.
Yep, good anticipation from him.
Oh, he turns away. Just the team was about to push though. That's gonna be Taz being taken down. Sorry. Mertz being taken down because of that. Freiburg tries to re-peek, but gets taken out by Taz. Taz now taking up that heaven position. A couple of players trying to come back in. Whoa, there's a failed push there from Pop Dog. So now there's one coming from Connector, who's actually going to manage to get the kill with the AWP. That's S-Tag, and managed to find one with the USP as well. That's big. That's both players taken down immediately. They're looking around for guns and stuff, just make sure. They've got plenty of time to defuse this once they've got their perfect loadout, gone shopping, so to speak.
Yep. Well, the fact that they can take those 2 AWPs into the next round is pretty good. I mean, Train is a map that will favor AWP players much more so than a lot of other maps out there. So if you can get the AWP onto Mertz and S-Tag as well, then I think that is that's a good strategy. And Heroic really need to start playing towards their strength. If they're,
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're going to expect it to be able to bring us back to a tie. That's the thing. Team Kinguin won that first map 16-4.
yeah, that was a very I think that was kind of unfortunate there. They weren't even watching and paying any attention to Ivy. It's kind of like, they went there last round. They won't do it again this round. They had 2 players there. It means 2 players means 1 kill, safely guaranteed for them. McKillian goes down as well. Yeah, they're playing the strengths. They already have the height advantage on top of this, managing to get on top of those trains. Who says the height advantage doesn't make a difference in an FPS? Or high ground advantage, sorry.
Oh, anyone who says that might not completely remember playing as Oddjob in GoldenEye 64, but
I think everyone remembers Oddjob from GoldenEye 64. That's something which that left a very dark stain on first-person shooters for quite a while.
Yep. I think Rare knew what they were doing. They did it anyway.
That sounds like Rare. Yep. That makes sense. Alright, back to Counter-Strike though.
Yes. That's the thing. Heroic, any advantages that they seem to get, those 2x2 rounds that they're able to string together, quickly undone by Kinguin, and this keeps Heroic in a constant pressured state there. They're always on a bit of a bad buy.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I feel like S-Tag may have given the Kinguin players a slight flashback of what happened in their last series, where they're playing that aggressive AWP position. Ooh, an unusual push, but Freiburg managed to find one with a Deagle. 3v3, a lot of one-shot kill weapons going around here. Freiburg does have the AK now, the UMP coming out pretty well as well. Now it's just a matter of can the 3 beat the 2? The bomb is ticking though. Freiburg gonna get flanked by Roland. Turn around the right time. He doesn't quite manage to get some damage back onto him, but not quite enough. That's 2 quick kills coming out of the side of Kinguin. There's the stick. Have they spotted these sticking it in time? Yes. Yes, they do. Whoa. I was a bit worried for a second there. I wasn't sure if he had kit. I should be had, but I wasn't 100% sure that he had kit. And he'd been there for quite a while, so... Ooh, need to calm down a bit. Need to calm down. 8-4 in the side of Kinguin. How do you feel about this, coming into this in general? Like, being 8-4 at the moment, what sort of score would you like to see for Team Heroic coming out of this half?
I'm sure Heroic would love to see a 7-8 half, but yeah, given what this current round is bringing us, I don't think that's going to happen. I think if they can perhaps bring it 6-9, then that gives them at least some hope going into this next half. I mean, again, we're kind of hopeful that it was just a matter of them not being able to play a certain half or a certain side or a certain map there. But when it came time to swap and go into the second half, Kinguin are still just they've still got this one in the bag. So I would honestly say that
S-Tag with a Superman play, trying to get a kill at the last minute. Or do something, make something happen. But
yeah,
when you got a USP, if you're coming and you're flying through the air, it's not very easy to find a kill into a bunch of rifle players.
this point, we're going to see another pause coming in. Time I believe it. Yeah, it is from Heroic, and I think it's going to be the right time to do so. I mean, all props to Kinguin. Whatever mojo or flow that they were missing from that match against Pro 100, they've definitely found it here. And
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it is. I don't think Heroic's actually giving them too much in that sense. They're in some ways you see that teams are able to get a lead like this because the opposing team is just giving them too many opportunities. No.
Ooh, Achillean.
Speaking of opportunities, so
Yeah.
they will get a particularly good one, and another one after that. Knows that they're coming there, and that's it. This is Heroic's round. If they can't win this one, I think that this map might be lost to them as well. But yeah, Heroic not giving Kinguin too much. Kinguin are the ones who are actually just doing a complete 180 based on that first versus 2 against Pro 100 that we personally covered, and they're able to work for these kills. Yep.
If I can make a counterpoint, there has been so many times where they've just left Ivy uncontested and lost rounds because of it. I think they've lost at least 2 rounds. I'm pretty sure more than that. Oh wow, this is an awkward game of peekaboo. Fallen and Mertz looks like Roland and Mertz. Whoops. But you know, eventually won by Roland. This is pretty comfortable playing this kind of peek-to-peek style. Now it's yeah, bomb is planted, but this time it's on B. And that's it. There we are. There's the round. So you can't get so don't give up on Heroic just yet. It is to be fair, it is only 5-9. You know, it's a larger sort of gap than you would want. But I think part of what I've not liked about Heroic's play so far has been the fact that there've been too many times they've not been looking at an entrance, and Kinguin have just walked through it. And maybe that's in some ways that's kind of bad luck. You know, you have to look between. Everyone has to be watching multiple sites. Well, not everyone, but you're gonna have players who are watching multiple sites. In which case, they can't devote 100% of their effort to every single point because that's just maths. And thereby, there's always going to be openings and stuff like that. But at the same time, I still feel like Heroic's been giving up a bit too much of that sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, you do make a good point about Ivy. I don't think they always get tested on Ivy mid to late round, which is it's going to be a problem for them. They've got to at least be aware of the possibility. But as we go into this last round of the second half, it's going to be a good test to see what both these sides can do with a lot of firepower against each other. Heroic actually bunched up pretty closely on this A side, and they're not getting a lot of information for their efforts. And that might be another problem with Heroic's CT side as well. If you don't go for the information plays, you're pretty much always set in a position to react at the last second once the attack happens, once the peak has happened. Whereas in other maps, and perhaps with other teams playing on a CT side train, they will try to get that information. For example, if they go towards those B-side halls there, you can see the bomb at the moment, then that information, knowing that they're not there at least, tells you that it's going to be more than likely an A hit. Without it, they're just remaining a bit fluid, moving between A and B. In fact, you can see that this push onto A has actually already called in a rotate there. With Body already dead, then it becomes a 3 versus 3 retake situation for these CTs.
It's not the. I feel like this isn't WoW Minis making that orb absolutely work for him. There's another kill quickly. So now it's a 1v3. I was going to make the point that it's not the worst map to try and retake, but a 10-5 scoreline going in Team Kinguin's favor as they're going to be dropping over to the CT side. Yep. Well, I'm glad I didn't make that point because it would have been immediately moot. But I actually just want to make a point quickly about the style of this sort of group phase. Because it's a round robin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you talk about grand finals and playoff series and playoff brackets, you always want the playoff bracket to be, the two best teams meeting each other in the grand finals, maybe an upset in the semis and something like that. Something dramatic like that. You want a group stage to just be teams beating other teams they have no right to beat. Pro 100 beating Heroic in dominant fashion. Heroic putting up beating Kinguin. My apologies. Pro 100 beating Kinguin in dominant fashion. Kinguin doing a very, very decent job of keeping Heroic under pressure and under golded, under stress, under a lot of economic stress, shall we say. That's what you want from a group stage, because it means no matchup is guaranteed, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm really getting the fact that based off the last 2 games, Pro 100 is the best. Would seem like they are the best team in this group, but actually it's Heroic. And on top of that, Heroic are being beaten by Kinguin. It's just
Well, yeah.
you
Pro
want
100.
this. This is exactly what you want from a group stage.
Absolutely do. And when Heroic and Pro 100 faced up against each other today, it was 1-1. They tied. And considering Pro 100 went on to just destroy Kinguin later on, and we're seeing Kinguin doing the same now to Heroic, it's absolutely interesting. I mean, it's also worth noting it's been a pretty long day for both of these teams. It just seems like Kinguin needed a bit more time to warm up. So
And also, even though it's not your classic field sport, you've got to run around, fitness isn't as much of an issue. Being able to mentally keep your focus is something which can definitely favor certain types of players. People often talk about the veterans, the people who've played CSGO for a long time, who've played these sort of events. That's a big thing. But I think some players who just naturally have that ability to be like, oh yeah, I'll play for 20 hours straight. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. And, in a group stage like this, that's a skill. That's a measurable skill, and that's very important as well. Because if you lose focus for 1 second, if you're watching, say you're watching Ivy, and the enemy team pushes it, at the second your concentration lapses, that's it. You're out. Ooh, how is Modi still alive at this one? How is Mouse still alive? In fact, there's a lot of low health bars. Finally, Mouse goes down, finally taken out by Modi. Mini also managed to get one. Such a messy fight with the pistols. Everyone taking out everyone. Mini caught in the middle of all of it, managing to stay alive, takes out another one. Now it's a 2v2. No one has much health to play with. A couple of one body shot should kill pretty much anyone in this game. I don't think Mini's going to survive Mini might survive a body shot with that. Actually, definitely will survive that body shot with that body armor. But still, it's close. Now it's just Mini's the last one alive. He's on the B site, however. Bomb plant's coming down.
Post-plant positioning from Heroic is quite good as well. It's basically on opposite sides of the same bomb sites. You have Cillianese just sitting in Olaf there, and conversely have Modi in Heaven. And this situation is, it's already so many different places to look for already. Mini is going to have to pull off something amazing. He needs to do it in the next few seconds, and instead he'll get tapped to the back of the head there. And if you're Heroic at this stage in the game, you are so desperate to stop Kinguin from being able to get anything. And Kinguin, on the other hand, they know they've got a couple of rounds to play with. They didn't get as much as they wanted from that first round there. So that $1,900 loss bonus from the first pistol round, or from the pistol round, sorry, second half, doesn't necessarily benefit the CTs as well. In fact, Mini is going to get a very nasty surprise as soon as he rounds this corner.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of 100 damage worth of nasty surprise. Looks like it's going to happen to Roland's. Pretty systematic shutout of the teams. One player does go down, so they managed to find 1 kill, but playing it slowly, making sure you've got the economy to force up, making sure you're not losing your economy and all that kind of stuff, I think is smart by Kinguin. They've got 5 rifles now. One of them's a FAMAS, but it doesn't matter too much. A couple of headshots, and it doesn't, what's the difference? Freiburg still has that UMP, but there isn't actually much utility to play for Kinguin. In terms of, non-damage grenades, they only have a few smokes and 2 flashes.
Ooh,
wow,
see,
though.
that's why you threw 3 grenades. And if Cillian was just a little bit more eager to get out of A main there, he'd been toast. Not
That's
the good
exactly
kind.
it. Hey, Axilian's good. Don't give me that.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't think you'd make great toast. That's all.
That's
right?
true. That's true. That's very true. I don't think I'd like an Axilian and jam served to me. Axilian in a jam, however, would serve a lot of other people. It's too late. I'm too tired. Back to the game. Bottom of ramp has been smoked out. There's the classic engage. Looks like the terrorists going to be finding the best of that one, but actually it's a 2 for 2 at the moment. Taz is going to be coming back in. S-Tag managed to take him out as he comes to the rotate. It's a 3v1 now. A lot of low health bars on the side of Heroic, but S-Tag has as much health as he absolutely wants. Full 100, has the double armor. Yeah, I think pretty comfortable. Mary is trolling through B halls. Roland only has the FAMAS, the arguably one of the weakest rifles in the game. And that's probably a fair assertion.
Yeah, but that matters not when Modi and Cillian are on such low health. Really, it's S-Tag. If he's the one who decides to go hunting, which he isn't really doing that. He's just holding the angle onto Z or connected there. In fact, if he'd held it a little bit longer, who knows what he might have been able to find.
Yeah. Actually, Roland might be the one to find it. Whoop, I wasn't sure. Oh, he gets one!
Second. At the very last second, he will ruin somebody's day. I believe it was a Cillian there who he popped it right in the side of the head.
His day wasn't that ruined. He still has a bit of still has plenty of money. Still has enough to buy himself an AK. So that's all right. That's not too bad. They have a decent amount of utility coming into this one as well, especially considering team Kinguin don't have much to play with. There's the first kill with the AWP coming out of Mertz. Ooh, Rallen doesn't quite manage to find much. Actually gets dinked down to literally 1 health. Taz finds one though. He's quite low as well. What is this? Team Kinguin managing to find some damage back. These CZ75s are working pretty well for them, but they really want to be turning those CZ kills into weapons at the moment because you only have 2 clips with those. It takes almost an entire clip to kill someone. Rallen does finally find someone. He doesn't matter if he's only on 1 health. That's all he needs. Another AWP shot coming out from Asilion. He swaps back to the AK. Now it's a 2v3. So there are 2 AKs versus 1 AK. Exilion finds a kill into Mouse. There's the smoke down to Pop Dog.
With this, Cillian has a task ahead of him. He's got the bomb. That's going to be his main advantage at this point. He dictates where this game goes. And if he can...
Taz.
He does. But he doesn't know where Reitz is.
Yeah, Reitz is just dropping down. Dropping down Pop Dog now. He's already out. Looks like they both kind of know where the other player is. It's just a matter of who picks who. Oh, wow. Reitz. Excellent. Doesn't actually see where he is, so Reitz managed to find him looking just the wrong way, and that's going to be an awkward situation. Reitz can take some time to make sure he's got a weapon of his choice before defusing that bomb. Either that or just get some exercise. Running around the train yard.
It is very important.
Yep.
Gotta stay fit.
Especially if you played this. Especially if you played this many video games.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the VR version of Counter-Strike will ever take off.
Ooh, I'd be into it. You could set that up with like the paintball thing on the I think it was the Gizmo show who did it. This is a side note. But there was, yeah, you know what I mean.
Game, it shoots you with a paintball gun.
Yep. That was signed for Battlefield. There was a treadmill and stuff you could run on. Very good setup. Always wanted one of those. Don't know why. I'm terrible at first-person shooters. But anyway, back into the game we're talking about. Can't do cast, in other words.
Yeah.
Aggressive play mainly onto A. Roland drops off the train there, so not going to get taken out just a moment. Does almost immediately get dropped. Spray transfer attempted by, I think, S-Tag. Leon managed to gets actually shot with the AWP. So many kills going back and forth, and meanwhile Modi staying up in B halls, waiting for someone to overextend on the flank, and there they are. That one's Reitz. So little health to work with at the moment for the side of Kinguin. Pretty good round here. Bomb hasn't been planted yet, but it looks like it's going to go to A. Taz sitting far back near that Ivy position. I mean, he's just trying to get in position where once that smoke clears, he can do something with this AWP. Trying to force it a bit. Doesn't quite see S-Tag go through there. Actually, he might have seen him, but I just know him where he is. Gets the shot through the wall, into through the train into the foot. Must have known he was tagged low enough. Knows there's one in heaven. There's the grenade. Not going to do enough damage to actually kill him. In fact, not going to do really much at all. Modi finding the headshot onto Taz, but Taz was quite low. Actually, no, it wasn't a headshot. Just finds the tap onto Taz. Now he's going to back away. Take his 2 kills and run. Ooh, finds another one. Make it 3 kills and run. Not a bad option. Gonna save the AWP for the next round.
Yeah, can't blame Freiberg. He definitely wanted to take the AWP out of the equation for round 21 here. So that doesn't work out for him is a little bit unfortunate. In fact, all things considered, Heroic, they've been winning rounds, but their only real consolation for that one is, because they're a little bit weak themselves, is that Kinguin is even weaker economically speaking. They've been reset themselves. They've just been able to carry an AWP from that previous round. Let's buy another one. And they have 3 CZs, so we've seen what they've done with CZs already.
Yeah, this is sorry to interrupt you there. This is some amazing economy work. You just like 3 super close quarters guns and 1 super long range gun. And the super close quarter guns just look after the 1 long range like powerhouse, and you're fine. You can't lose. I love the thinking here. No, a few of them don't have head armor, but I think you're not going to. Oh, actually, there is a Galil, so that could potentially end up with them getting punished. But still, I think everyone's trying to scrounge together whatever they can at this point. It's such a messy back and forth game. Messy in the economies all over the spot. Not necessarily messy because the gunplay's all over the spot. There's been some very nice shots landed this map so far.
Oh, Heroic finally putting a bit of attention towards Ivy. It's a request of yours, I believe. But it's only to pull their attention away. But that said, though, Taz, and this is what we wanted to see from City side on Heroic, in such a forward position, he has so much information.
Yeah, and I mean that's like you're not going to be any use with that CZ75 at range, so you may as well be in close quarters. Taking out 1. There's the trade back. Actually, there's a lot of kills coming out. Freiberg doing a decent amount of damage with this Galil. Jeez. Finds himself 3 so far. And a couple of kills coming out for the side of Kinguin. Good patience by Heroic mean that they don't take too many more of those close fights against the CZ75. Taz takes another one out. Does manage to take out S-Tag. Yeah, Freiberg has to be the Galil hero here if he wants to win this round. The bomb is ticking, so Freiberg trying to play around the time, trying to put the pressure on. Looks like Mouse is at least going to tap the bomb. Not quite going to defuse it, but I feel like Freiberg has to check that anyway. Managed to find another one. This is a 4K. It's a 1v1. Is this going to be the ace for Freiberg? He doesn't buy into it. No, it's not. Is there enough time to defuse the bomb? Yep. Yeah, there is. Freiberg, though, with a 4K to try and defend that. That was a very big effort. Very unfortunate he has to face into Mouse there. Doesn't quite make it. It's a rough situation to play from.
And all things considered, Mouse did have the opportunity to stick that. Everything worked out for him, so that is no bother whatsoever. Heroic.
It was also a relatively forced buy. You know, that was the 3 CZs and 2 AWPs. So winning a round off that feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, we've seen what Kinguin were able to do with the CZs previously there, so yeah, definitely not a bad buy altogether. And okay, so we're seeing less and less T-side players getting caught out by that wallbang, but you always kind of hope you see one that gets picked by it. But Reeds there will eventually get traded out. S-tag, smoke cross, have to get bombed down, and this is a very open position. Pre-fire almost taking him out. 3 versus 4 retake. Team Kinguin, they now make it a 2 versus 4. And if you take a look, Mertz is actually well outside of the site. His game is pretty much to try and wrap around them, but with so many Team Kinguin players on site.
Yeah, well, Mertz managed to find one with that Deagle. Yeah, he's not going to be able to, but he might try and find some other kills with that Deagle, try and take out some other players. Actually has an M4, so probably pretty happy to save it.
Not a bad idea, but the timing is off. Mertz doesn't get to the bomb in time there. If he peeked wide, he might have been able to kill off the diffuser, but I think that between them they would have had the time and the kit would have been dropped there. So yeah, Kinguin perhaps would have secured that either way. In the meantime, though, Heroic are going to be calling another pause.
And this is a pause when they haven't won a round.
Yeah, we've been seeing a few more of those kind of pauses lately. That's that is pretty much what they're for. They really have to figure out how to beat Kinguin. They've got to figure out exactly where they're going wrong. Is it the fact that they just aren't able to secure a site without losing, less than 2 players thereabouts? Or is it the fact that they just can't deal with that post-plant situation purely for the fact that, yeah, they're losing too many people to get onto it? Now, this has been a pretty common theme for them. For the most part, they have not been comfortable money-wise, and that's meant that they can't get the buys they want. And for the 1 or 2 rounds that we've seen where they have had the full buy, I don't think it is. I don't think there's been something purely convincing there with the rounds that they have won. And as we say that, Mels will take out Mori.
Yep. It's hard to play the attacker down Pop Dog because you've got to land, you've got to make sure you've actually hit the ground before you can even start firing, with the other players a lot more time to kind of think about where to line up their shots. And that's exactly it. Sometimes you can get there before the defense is ready, all this kind of stuff, but it's definitely hard. Ooh, Mouse finds another one for himself. There's a couple of kills going his way. Xilion just rushes straight to the point, no messing around, plants the bomb. Now Taz finally kills himself in the headshot. A lot of back and forth here. The players can't swing too wide for risk of getting picked off by someone from a different angle, and that's going to be it. There's going to be the defuse. Pretty safe round for Kinguin. I feel like that's probably how Heroic saw that going the second they committed to that just rush and plant the bomb situation. But they did get the bomb down. There's a bit of extra money there. They've got enough money to buy in this round pretty convincingly. The question is, does Mertz buy an AWP? Nope. He's going to opt for the AK. I think that probably favors their style a bit more. At the moment, for this map at least.
At this point in time, I definitely agree. If the change that they want to make is just a fast approach onto this site, try and get onto it as soon as possible and get the bomb plant early, I think part of the plan there was to basically make it so that if the CTs, Kinguin, have more T players to work through in order to retake a site, and that's more time that can be burnt out there. And Esatag goes ham, takes out Taz and Mails there, with Kinguin being 1 round away from being on map point. It's a good time to step up there. Xilion also doing a bit of work, and that leaves it to Innies and Reitz. Innies traded out. And Reitz, at this point, he has a bit of money. He should be able to come up with a bit of a buy next round. So perhaps his job here should be more of one of making sure that Heroic's economy is kept down. He's got to perhaps look at taking out Mertz and Esatag. Esatag especially being the one holding the AWP there. If you can do that, then it's not a complete loss for them.
Yeah, he's sitting around the back there. It's kind of an awkward situation because you can only check one direction at a time. So, if he's on, it is kind of leaving it up to a bit of a 50-50 as to which angle he's going to be seeing, which angle he's holding at what time. But if he gets right, that could be taking out a high priority target. Looks like they're going to be pretty comfortable just kind of sitting there. Not gonna go hunting, just going to sit, be comfortable, not let their economy get shaken too much more. They've only got 5 games to win. 5 games to win, 1 game to potentially lose. They can feel free to lose in order to take this to overtime. And it's definitely manageable, especially for a team as talented as Heroic. I mean, Kinguin, definitely very skilled team of their own volition. They do have a double AWP set up as well, which is not the best thing to be facing into, but finally, Heroic have a very comfortable full buy under their belts. And they're pushing up a couple of players towards Ivy. They have one of whom has the bomb. Oh, sorry, 3 players up towards Ivy, one of whom has the bomb. As we see it get thrown there. Given to Xilion, who has so far been probably the standout player for Heroic this map. That's why he gets in his name. The true reason. Confirmed on stream. Alright, Roland trying to find anything here. There is one player down there who is liable to potentially be picked up by that AWP. Ah, there's the triple nade.
They picked left instead of right. That would have been pretty good. Would be looking at a round without Taz. Perhaps without Roland as well. In fact, Roland on the AWP there, taking one of those AWPs out. would be good. And time is running down for Heroic. 40 seconds left. Smokes will come out onto the A site, and it will be an A site push there. Kinguin slowly moving into position there to try and hold onto the site rather than retake it later on.
Yeah, Mert's giving up his position. He tries to spray through the smoke, managed to find a bit of damage out, but no kills there. Let's find one to a different player. There's a lot of damage going out. Freiberger managed to find one for himself. There's the headshot. Roland, what can he do? Well, I'm just going to be planted. He's probably going to save the AWP if he knows what's good for him, I think. The team doesn't have a lot of money in their back pocket. The moment before this round ends, most of them are facing under 1,000. And Extillion finds him and takes that AWP down. There's the pause coming out for Kinguin.
Yep.
Possibly stress, possibly nerves.
Well, take a look at the road that Heroic has to take to get back here. They've only gotten 2 rounds in a row, and that's brought it back to 11-14 there. So I think it's not necessarily a matter of stress. I think at least not on their side. Part of this could very well be trying to manage the emotions on Heroic side, because if you see that your opponent is actually starting to bring things back, if they look like they're feeling a bit more confident about how the game's going, using one of your pauses can actually force them to sit there and do maybe nothing for 15 to 30 seconds. And
Yeah,
that has an effect on itself. So
yeah, that's fair. Let that excitement kind of boil down to itself.
yeah. So you pretty much just let it peter out a little bit, and Heroic will be pushing out onto A, really looking to be subtle about it whatsoever. As long as somebody's watching Pop Dog here, they will throw the Molotov in there. They'll pretty much hold off any real immediate rotate. And Modi, he could be caught out. Waits for Mini to pop out.
That's very cheeky. I mean, they managed to get an AK for themselves. They're probably going to sit there and save that one because, hey, why not?
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
the
I mean,
P250 pushed up.
close to no investment put into that round by Kinguin pretty much means that, yeah, they're going to scrounge whatever they can. And look at Reitz here. He is in a very tough spot. He's going to get caught out from the side there. Taz, however, running away with the AK, should live to use it next round.
Ooh.
And
Mertz. I don't know if you want Mertz to screen there, but he's scared. Scared the crap out of me scoping on an ally like that. I've already seen enough team killing for one day, guys. And that was only 1 kill. Ooh. Alright, so a pretty good buy in response. Actually, no head armor for Team Kinguin, very little utility, but hey, nonetheless, you can see they're really being forced to buy into these rounds. Heroic, though, that's a bit better for them. They've only got to win 2 rounds to equalize this game. They can do that very comfortably, especially if they win this next one.
well, yeah, and even if they can't, they're going to be in a position where they can buy each time. Mertz getting just the elbow of Roland there, perhaps a bit of the body as well, of course, because he got him in 1 hit. Does make things
arms count as the chest hitbox.
Yes, because they're unarmored. I believe that's the logic there. But he wants to see if he might be able to return the favor. Freiberg, if he peeks this, you could do it now because he's running away there. He'll do something, and yeah, that'll bring. Oh,
Ooh.
Freiberg, excellent
Through the
angle
smoke.
through the smoke. Takes
Also,
out.
Also guarantees that he's not going to get reshot back because there's a smoke and a molly in the way, so it's kind of a free attempt at a shot. Nice, solid defense onto the B bomb site, though, here by the side of Team Kinguin. They really want to get this one back now. It is only a 2v3, though. The terrorists have kind of committed the bomb to this bomb site, so unless they use their last smoke and last flash to try to bail away.
Oh,
Mertz firing the headshot through the wall.
That's an amazing shot from Mertz, just purely for the fact that, yeah, he doesn't actually see... He sees him pop up for a brief moment, but then just anticipates where he would have crouch walked to after that, and shoots him just through the ground there. So yeah, Mertz is perhaps finding a bit of form as well. And what a time to find it when you're about to, if you're heroic, tie this up 14-14.
That's it. And we said that if they found that round, there's going to be a pretty good chance they'll find the next one. Looking at the fact that there's lots of pistols on the side of Kinguin, but you can't count out Kinguin with some CZ75s. As we've seen so far, it's a dangerous, dangerous situation to be in. Mini with an AWP's also had some very good showings. Maybe not as amazing in the last this map as in some of the previous ones, but nonetheless, definitely a strong contender. So Kinguin aren't giving up the control as much as maybe another team might be when they're forced into a similar kind of buy. But this is the equalizer for Heroic. They've made a Herculean effort, no pun sort of not really intended, to try and get back into this one. And we have a few rounds to win to kind of make this a 1-for-1 trade, because I think that's going to be that's a big difference. When every other game's been a stomp, being able to have two 1-for-1 series scores, it's not going to feel too bad, especially because you've already given up one round. You may as well do something else. But there's Taz getting taken out. Doesn't manage to find anything with a P250. The C250. Unfortunate miss there. Shot goes wide from Mini, and he's kind of not quite the hopes and dreams, but pretty close too with that AWP. He is the one big power player. Only has 26 health left.
Mouse might decide he wants to drop into Pop Dog here. That's the thing. Once Taz went down, they burst onto site. They got the plant. The rest of Kinguin pretty much went into disaster recovery mode. That is, I believe, just hoping to see if they can't get an exit frag. Maybe a rifle. I don't think they're going to be able to get that unless Modi... I don't think he wants to peek up there. I don't think he's up out of there. So he's not going to give away anything. And that's also good from Heroic's side. They've got a lot of money, but they know that Kinguin might not necessarily be in a great place themselves. So by not running out and hunting and perhaps giving away guns, they've potentially set themselves up to... They're going to be fighting against rifles this round, but if they can beat Kinguin in this round, then they have pretty much put themselves in a great position to make it 16-14, not just make it another difficult 30th round after that.
Yeah. I see this one going to OT. Let's just put it that way. Unless Heroic just don't let Kinguin get absolutely anything here, I'm going to say this is probably going to go to OT. That was the pause, though, from Heroic. So, that is the style they like. They like to win around and go to pause. Does mean they're going to have an absolutely definite ironclad game plan for this next attack, and that is a bit of an intimidating thought if you are Kinguin. He takes the blind shot. The bomb was left pretty well at T spawn, but there's a big push onto the B site. There is one player still sitting back there. One player pushed about halfway up alley. I don't actually know what that spot's called.
Well, at this point, Heroic were wanting to get a bit of an early presence on those B halls there, but they haven't managed to get anything for it. Kinguin, on the other hand, trying to play a little bit more conservatively. They want to get all these bases covered, but it seems like they feel that if they're going to go for any information plays at this point, they run the risk of pretty much ending up in the same situation as Taz did before. Being an A main, as soon as you're dead, that's it. They're going to burst out into sight, and there's a chance that they're just going to roll with it and roll you. So they want to give themselves a good fighting chance, and their current thinking is that the fortified approaches is the correct way to go. They still have a fair amount of utility on Minis there, and Reitz, who has a couple of flashes, so they might be able to use that to basically stun any approaches onto sites, and they're really holding off on where they want to do that. And Ezatag gets an excellent kill onto Heaven, of all places there, so...
Mini It's
Had
a
the
dangerous
jump on him.
situation. Managed to take down the bomb planter though. Sorry about that. Trying to find hot shots at anyone else, but doesn't quite make them. There is one player behind. He's going to open up onto one of them. Freiburger getting the trade back. It's just back and forth and back and forth. There's Mouse with his contribution. Oh, the timeout. Oh no, they played it so slowly that when Mini managed to get that headshot, to get the kill with the AWP, that just made everything so stressful. Kinguin now using a pause. This has been the longest 2 rounds I think I've seen in quite a while. Oh boy.
Of all the ways to give away map point and potentially put yourself in a position where you have to play for overtime now, that is one of the more heartbreaking ones. So I can't be feeling too great about that. On the other hand, though, they have lots of money. They know that they can bring this back. They just have to keep the motivation going. They have to pretty much know that it is this round plus 4 after this. So 5 rounds in a row, and they've got it. I mean, they're still going to be pretty high up in their group. But it's not about that. Not throwing the towel just yet.
That's it. I mean, it's only one like that's it. Heroic, like, it's such a tense situation right now. Heroic just have to win 1 to take it to OT. Then the pressure's off a little bit at least. Kinguin just have to win 1, and not only is the pressure off, they've taken a 2-0 series over the top dogs. That's big. There's an Ivy stack here. This is what's kind of caught out Heroic a bit in the first part of the first half of this map. He's going to catch out Kinguin the same way Taz isn't looking. It's a question of, is Rollin looking the right way? There's the smoke. It looks like they're going to be looking the right way now. Still so tense. They're actually pulling back from Ivy. They didn't find enough of a confident opening. I don't even know if they saw any players. Maybe that's enough to tell them they shouldn't go that way. One player still left just to make sure. Freiburger is going to be the one who's left still at Ivy. Looks like they're pushing up B halls at the moment. Maybe looking for a play around like Pop Dog or something like that. But they're playing slowly because they know they have to. The problem is, if they play too slowly, the margin for error goes down. It's exactly what we saw last time. 40 seconds left on the clock. This is match point. It could be the play which decides, standings. It has such a big impact on the entire game. Heroic want to keep their top position. They don't want to give it away, especially to a team who just got 2-0'd in such convincing fashion. Taz finds the opening kill, tries to get another one. It looks like the action's all going to be on the A side. It's 2 for 1 at the moment. There's another one. Now it's a 3 for 3. Things are quieting down a little bit. 1 player in Pop Dog, 2 players on the A plant. Taz is just desperately trying to find a shot into them. He does manage to take down the player planting the bomb, but Mertz is going to pick up the slack, and it's a 1-for-1 trade once again.
That is incredibly close. With Ezatag, the original bomb planter, going down there, that could have very well been it, and it was up to Mertz just to jump in there and very much risk himself just to get this. Spotted Modi now. Mertz just knocks him straight off there, and that is it. They brought it back to overtime.
Nerves of steel to make that play. A shot like that, I'm sure there are plenty of people who are sitting there at home being like, I could make that shot. But when a series is that important, when a game, like when a single individual kill is that important, it is 20 times. It is probably 200 times harder to make that shot, and he still makes it. So he saves the series. Saves the map at least for his team. And like we say, we're going to overtime. Whew. This is a long one, but it's going to be a good... it's already been a good one. Both teams taking 10 and 5 on their respective sides. It's going to be Heroic still on the T side. Still on the T side? On the T side. Doesn't matter whether it's still on the T side or not. It's going to be Kinguin now on the CT, as that is the only other role left, funnily enough. Looks like Heroic going to be pushing up onto having 1 player on IB and the rest going up near B halls. They toy with the idea of going down Pop Dog, but that is not the play. Not the play they're going to make. Ooh, that one was a bit close to finding someone at AWP shot.
Mertz would have, Babs would have been kicking himself if that had made the connection onto him. Again, you can see how he's crouching and looking down there a bit. That's for the exact reason of that wallbang that he's doing that. And the smoke going out, that could hit just outside of actually that'll go into A, but it hasn't really called Kinguin away from this B site. In fact, if anything, they're just to remain a little bit fluid between the two. You can see how they're just setting up inside of Zed. Taz specifically is just running back and forth. He's very hyperactive about it, actually. He's just waiting. He's waiting for somebody to make the call. They're going to one side and not the other, and I think that's going to confirm that it will be B. Yep, he's going to commit to that now.
That's it. He takes down Freiburger. When you're so low, as low health as that, probably doesn't matter too much. Mertz finds Maus this time. That's it. It's going to be B. There's going to be the plant, but Mini is right here. Finds another shot onto another one of those last-second bomb defends. There's 20 seconds left, and they can't feel confident about planting this bomb while Mini is right there. Mini finally taken down. You got to think that's going to be the bomb plant now. That was the time for Roland to push up. There is one player on ramp, and that's going to be the... No, it's not going to be the downfall. He's still alive. Roland has some time to play with. He's pushing up to that train now. Right on top of it there. Sees Ez, but gets taken down from Catwalk. 21 health left in the server. After that one goes down, Heroic taking the first round of overtime.
This is it. This could be where they're able to finally break Kinguin as a team. The fact that it's gone to overtime in the first place, considering how that first half went in the first map especially, is yeah. Not know if they're going to be able to bring it back this well, but they have.
Freiburger gets flashed out in alley. Oh, Mirity finding well. That's a lot of kills getting traded back and forth. So a lot of pressure on the map kind of being eased up for the side of Kinguin. But there's still 3 players walking around. Bomb carrier looking like you want to go to B. Mertz gets taken down. So does Freiburger. So this is a situation where there's 1 minute 10 left on the clock. It's going to be a nightmare to try and save Asilion. However, if he pushes onto this site now, it is a 1v1. Being very, very patient. He's actually on the side at the moment. I believe he's within planting range, or pretty close to. Actually, it's probably pretty close to. There's only 1 player left, but the longer he leaves this, the harder it gets. Do you think he's just trying to save this one?
Well, he can't really save as a terrorist. He's got to go ahead and try and plant there. If his time runs out, then his money situation's not going to be super great. And if they kill him after round is over, then yeah, he gets nothing. At least in this case, he's able to get the bomb plants. That is something to boost the economy of his teammates. And because of that, the rest of the team will actually be able to put in a full buy there. I mean, Freiburg was the only one who's in any real sort of concerned states there. And yeah, they'll be sort of sitting close to 6,000 at the very least. So with that, they keep the money strong. Both sides actually keep the money strong there. So that'll make this a pretty explosive final round of the first half of our first overtime.
Yeah, with the way Kinguin's used grenades, that's almost definite. On that topic, perfectly answered, Ez. His attack gets tagged very heavily. This will be the start of this. Team Kinguin trying to stop this push before it really begins. It looks like it's going to be heavily indexed towards the A bomb site. Once you're kind of in this area, you've more or less committed to it. It's very hard to get back out of there without the use of quite a bit of utility. But instead, they're going to commit to this push. 1 player's on top of the trains for either side. 1 player's at the back of trains. There's 2 kills coming out. There's still Taz to the left, which no one seems to have noticed. It's hiding around there. There's 1 player in connector, 1 player in the other side of trains. There's Taz getting taken down, so it's just that one player in connector. And that's it.
Heroic, they know that if they can get these next 2 rounds, really 2 rounds on this CT side, then that is it. The hard work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears will have been worth it. and they'll be able to at least make this a tie between these two teams. And if I could just take a moment to give a shout out to Team Kinguin. This is such a different result than what we saw before. This is an amazing turnaround for them and provides, I think, anyone here to support Team Kinguin with a bit of confidence in them for the rest of this tournament. They might be able to fight their way out of this group stage. But with that being said, second round is going ahead, and Heroic, even though they have the money for it, 4 of their players have opted to go without helmets. Again,
Yeah, well, I mean,
they
they're up
understand the
against those AKs.
situation. Yep, that shows a good understanding. I think a lot of teams would have just defaulted to getting the helmets as well without really considering that. So it's an interesting change, interesting decision, but I think it's got a lot of merit to it. Anyway,
Just an insurance policy.
yeah. Kinguin, on the other hand, they aren't necessarily looking to go for anything too aggressive too soon. They haven't really peeked out and gotten a lot of information. There might be a bit of a fight going on between Males and Estag there, but Males is not going to really commit to Pop Dog whatsoever. Estag, however, is going to commit to B Halls. Look at this play.
Yeah, managed to find Mao's kind of not looking in the right spot. I mean, you would never really think to look in that kind of a situation, especially when your team's defending. You think your team's defending you like that. However, there is going to be a kill found onto Freiburger from Mini.
Bombs planted, and this changes the dynamic a fair bit. Trades coming out. It's 3 versus 3. Rowland doing some great work.
Rough, very rough to be stuck in that kind of connected position. Modi has come back from that that reasonably long flank where he found one of those kills. They're kind of just going to leave him for a bit. Just kind of be like, you know what? You find entrance into us. You beat us. We're pretty happy with where we are, which is exactly where we want to be in this situation. Looks like there's a very, very, very good chance, and considering Modi isn't playing aggressively under this, it's going to be a 17 to 16. He managed to find one more kill, so that's a little bit of damage done to the economy of Team Kinguin. Oh, but he's got the grenade out at the last minute.
Yep,
Modi.
he correctly anticipated that angle there, but unfortunately, pulled out the nade and decided to bunny hop towards it instead of just staying put and keeping the gun trained on it.
Yep. But at the same time, both teams had enough money to pretty well full buy onto this one. You got to think that is in part thanks to that opting for no head armor the round before. They have opted for head armor on this one though. That is the side of Heroic, sorry.
Well, double orb setup coming out. And this has been somewhat of a fallback for a lot of CT sides. And it is made even more powerful by the fact that Train has long lanes, long lines and angles to hold there. So this could be the missing ingredient for them. Heroic also being pretty fluid themselves. You see them just changing their spots around every few seconds.
Yeah, and it's got to the point where I'm so stressed about watching players in B halls, just because half the time they're CTs. I swear to God, they've been seeing so many flanks from there. Estag gonna be spotted, takes half his health and damage, but is still gonna survive that lively combat there.
Look at this though.
It's a B hit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It successfully pulled their attention away just long enough. It was only up to Modi there to really say, hey, they're coming, please help. He'll get 1, he'll get 2. This puts him in such a strong position for this retake. That grenade's also going to help. And Modi will go down. Well
there we go. There's the classic connection problem, so...
Yes, it's a
This
bit
is a
hard to
difficult
say
one.
though, because it is tied at the moment.
That's it. You got to think. Well, I guess you don't actually know who wins that one, because there was still one player rotating up. So this is an interesting one. Probably have to hold on. We'll probably get you an answer as to what else is happening at the moment.
Oh. On that note, I'm just looking at kill feed for this, and it looks like, not mistaken, it will be Heroic winning that one out 19-17. That's pretty much it. Heroic managed to bring that back in overtime. That is indeed a very heroic effort. So congratulations to them. They managed to at least bring this to a 1-1 for this part of the round robin against Team Kinguin. Now, as for ourselves, over here at CappingTV, we are going to be taking a quick break, and I believe after this we should be bringing it back into, let's see, I believe it will be the next 5-hour game. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Voice in my ear. It will be 5-hour versus Pro 100. So yes, Pro 100 we did see earlier tonight, and they had an absolute cracker of a performance there. 5-hour. Gonna have to see what they're going to be able to do to face up against a team like that. So please stay tuned, as it should be a pretty exciting one.
My team F New World Plus More You wanna play
กระจังหน้า Glossy Black
You wanna be started
ล้ออันลอย สีทูโทน
Sleek and shine
เบาะหนังสีดำ ดีไซน์สปอร์ต
In the new world Wow Let's
ภายในตกแต่งสีดำ Piano Black ไป Plus ทำสนุกกัน
Garage Engine Live Activated
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่งสามารถเป็นไปได้ ชีวิตเลยเต็มไปด้วยเส้นทางให้เลือกออกไปใช้ชีวิต Live alive
My team F
New World Plus More You wanna play
กระจังหน้า Glossy Black
You wanna be started
ล้ออันลอย สีทูโทน
Sleek and shine
เบาะหนังสีดำ ดีไซน์สปอร์ต
In the new world